How to make money in 2026. It's actually not very hard. It's nothing that some thinking couldn't solve. I remember when I was in middle school and even high school, there were 7 billion people on this planet. That's a lot of people. And I remember the breakthrough. I don't remember exactly when, but I remember the breakthrough when there was 8 billion people on the planet. It's like, damn, there's a billion more people on this planet. I don't know how many people are on this planet now. Maybe the population isn't growing as fast anymore. People aren't having as many kids, but there is a lot of people, and there's just going to be more. There's going to be more and more people being born every day. So humans are expanding. There's more humans. Well, what else is expanding? What else is advancing that we know of? Everybody knows this. Technology. Technology is rapidly expanding. So there's more people and more technology. That means more views on YouTube. That means more people to buy stocks. That means more people to buy Bitcoin, digital assets. That means more people on the internet. More people exposed to the internet. The internet's growing faster than much fast. It's like, the internet's growing I want to say 10 times faster than the population. The internet's growing stupid fast. And we are raised, my generation, I am 22, almost 23. And we are raised by a generation, our parents, we were raised by a generation of people that didn't have the internet or were barely introduced to it. So our parents were barely introduced to the internet. They don't know the capabilities that the internet has. And now everybody is finding out the hard way. People who didn't get into things quicker, like social media and cryptocurrencies and stocks. Because everything is just going up. And currencies, I was going to say government currencies, but I don't think. Is the Federal Reserve even owned by the government? I don't remember. But currencies are just going down to everything else going up. They're assets. But the point is, technology is advancing. So if you want to make real money, you have to see where people are. I heard somebody say the other day, it's talking about businesses and how to grow a business. The more dumb and simple your business idea is, the more successful it's going to be. I was like, damn, that's actually kind of true. Because if you make something complicated, something like it doesn't have a big market, you already know what the answer is. It's not going to be successful. But if you make something unless you find that one thing that's like AI, because AI is advancing now, but that's because of technology. That's obviously if you get into AI, then you are going to make a lot more money because technology is advancing. Anything that has to do with technology, you will make a lot more money if you get into it now. I'm honestly kind of scared for technology. But that is an easy, very simple way. That is a starting point of where to look for how to make more money. The internet, technology. doing something like this. I've always wanted to do something like this, actually. I've wanted to make YouTube videos for years. Notice how I'm on YouTube and not on Instagram or anything. Not yet. And if you want to put yourself out there, if you want to make yourself known, you have to understand, like, the hardest thing for anybody to do is that they're shy, or they don't want the world. Maybe they don't look good. Maybe they don't look good enough. Nobody freaking cares. Nobody cares. The negative comments on your videos are just bots. And if they are real people, they're not. You're already so far ahead of them by uploading a video like this. Nobody cares. I was thinking about going and recording this inside somewhere, but it's such a beautiful day outside, so I was like, you know what? The outdoors looks better anyways. I'm gonna just record out here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares more than you do. You have to do this for yourself. If you want to make money, you would make money. You just have to never give up. That's another thing. Consistency is very important. Consistency in anything you do is very important. In a relationship, in the gym. Consistency is the most important thing you could possibly do. Keep on showing up no matter how hard it gets. It's not about how many punches you can land. It's about how many punches you can take. I'm not even saying anything new. This is all stuff that I've heard before. I just thought of something else. You have everything you possibly need to be successful. You already have it. You already have the life that you want, the money that you want. You have it all. You just need to obtain it. You have everything you need. If you're blaming, you can't blame other people. It is all your fault. Just like it is all my fault. I'm stuck. I'm not stuck, but just like it is all my fault that I'm here right now too. I once heard somewhere else too that everyone is self-made. You always hear millionaires, billionaires going around, especially the young ones, saying that they're self-made. They're self-made millionaires. Well, guess what? I'm self-made. I only got like $500, but I'm self-made. You're self-made. It means the same thing. You're self-made. Just because you're a millionaire doesn't automatically make you, just because you make it doesn't automatically make you like self-made now. You're always self-made. It is always your fault. That is why consistency is important. And never giving up. I want to talk about a story. Yeah, I'll say it. I wasn't going to say it, but my dad is very smart, and he did a lot of things right. Back in 2008 when I was growing up, he was like building houses, basically an architect for houses. He was in charge of building houses, and he built really nice houses. But guess what? That was back in 2008 when the market crashed. So when he built the houses and spent everything he had, he lost everything. And instead of picking up from his losses, trying to learn from them and going back into it, being consistent, trying to learn from it and profit off of it, he switched to something else. He lost everything. He's like, this doesn't work. He gave up, switched to something else. He didn't give up in life, but he switched to something else. He gave up on what he was really good at just because of one tragedy. And life is full of so many tragedies. Oh my God. So many bad things will happen. It really is the little things that mean the most. Really is the little things that are the best. All the good things are the little things. So many bad things will happen. So my dad switched to something different and did that for a little while. Wasn't making enough money. Then he switched to something different again because that wasn't working. Switched to something else. Was doing that for a little while. Wasn't working. Wasn't making enough money. Switched to something else. Wasn't working. Wasn't making enough money. Now it's just kind of like, I don't know, floating around. This is over the span of 23 years, because that's how old I am. You can't give up. You hear it everywhere. Never give up. That has probably been said in history for thousands of years. I was going to say hundreds, but no, it's probably been thousands of years that people have said that. Never give up. This is what it means to never give up. I can say it as many different ways as I can. If you don't get it, then you just don't get it. It's not about how many punches you can hit or land. It's about how many punches you can take. That's what's not giving up. It's a battle of attrition. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So never give up. Never give up. Consistency is key. And just think a little bit. You have to sit down and think. If you really want to be successful, and you could figure it out, we're all connected to a collective unconscious. You can seriously figure it out. You can figure out how to get rich. You can figure out to do something that you like doing that will make you a lot of money online. Or maybe it doesn't have to be online. Maybe it could be something local. Maybe it could be something that your neighborhood needs. Maybe you live in a neighborhood. Maybe you're like the only guy in the neighborhood with a lawnmower that you haven't used in years, and everybody's lawns are overgrown as hell. I don't know. So never give up. Consistency is key. And just think. You need to put yourself in a room with no electronics and no distractions. Turn the lights off and just think. Even what I like to do is go to the bathroom. I'll go to the bathroom and I'll turn on the fan so it like cuts out it helps cut out any external noise, because the fan is loud, like the bathroom fan. I'll go to the bathroom, turn on the fan, and I'll just like look in the mirror. if I really need to think, or if I really need to like reset my mind. And just think. You just think about what you can do. Think about where you can make money online, where you can make money this way, what to do, who to go to. Think about what you need to research, because it's all researched. All of this is, if you want to be successful, it's all research. 90% of your time. If you want to be the new normal, if you want to be the new generation of people making money and being successful online, being wealthy online, 90% of it's going to be research. 90% of your time is going to be research, not making money. And when you're doing the research, you're not going to make any money. So 90% of the time, you're not going to make any money. And that's why you got to not give up and be consistent, because it's mostly research. And you got to use your brain, dude. You got to think what you can research, what to do, and you will figure it out. It always works out. You can always figure it out. You can always figure something out. I'll give one example for that. I was thinking that I would need a editing software on my computer if I was going to take these videos. An editing software to take these videos and cut the parts out where I'm not talking, because I can't just talk, like I can't just talk the whole time and not have any pauses. So I was like, I got to cut out all the stuff, all the long pauses at least. And I was thinking about that. I was like, as I was recording this, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Looking at my camera, there's a pause button. There's a stop button to stop the recording, and then there's a pause button to pause the video from recording and then resume when I want to record again. And it's the same video. So then I don't have to put this in a post-editing software and cut things out later. So I don't have to research about a post-editing software, which one is the best one. I don't have to then upload the videos to that software. I could do everything from my phone. I don't have to use my PC. And boom, that saved me so much time by just using my brain, thinking. I was looking around, I was like, shit, I don't want to put this in editing software. I don't want to spend all that time doing that just to cut out the parts that I'm not talking. And I'm looking, I'm like, I forgot there's a pause button. So that's one example of just using your brain. I like to think that we are all from the same source. We all come from the same collective unconscious, from the same source. What was the point I was getting with this? Oh, so the source, the universe, God, I think it's all the same thing. We all come from it, which means that we are all a part of it. We are all part of the source, the universe, God. When you pray, where and how do you pray? You're praying to yourself, is what you're doing. You're asking inward, deep down, for guidance or help or security. You're praying to yourself. You are the one that has that superpower. Everybody does. We're all the same. The only thing that separates us is our egos. So, oh yeah, so when I go into the mirror, like in the bathroom, for example, and I talk to myself a lot, and it's another reason why I wanted to make YouTube videos, because I already do it like on a regular basis. But when you go pray or talk to yourself in the mirror or talk to yourself in a YouTube video, whatever, you are talking to God. You are praying. When you say that you're depressed, when you say that you're not feeling good, when you say that you're stuck, that is all praying. You're telling God, yourself, that you're stuck. And you're just going to stay that way. So this is why, if you really want to try, you have to be the one to really try. I can only show you the door. You have to be the one to walk through it. This is why I said to lock yourself in a room with no technology and no distractions and just think. Because then you really have nothing else but the source or God or the universe or your mind, whatever, to get the information that you need. And it really does work to just think, to just use your brain. Imagine you're playing a video game and you're playing a competitive game, like a comp game in a video game, and you're just playing it. Oh, I heard another quote recently that was good too. Everybody nowadays is just trying not to lose, and nobody's trying to win anymore. Everybody's just trying not to lose. So if you're playing a comp game, this is just an example, like Siege or Overwatch or whatever, and you're just playing the game mindlessly just to have fun, but imagine if you just took a step back for a couple seconds and you just used your brain. You're like, wait a minute, how do I win this? How do I win? Not how can I not lose? Not how can I just do good enough so I don't lose? How can I win this game? Do everything you possibly can to win. And yeah, while it might not be fun to the other players, use a certain tactic that maybe is overused but still works. Gotta fight fire with fire. We live in a world with rules and societal norms, and people frown on people who are different. But then the people who are different end up making it. People who are different end up being successful because they were different. Not mainly because they were different, but that's a part of it. But it worked. And there's plenty of proof. Everybody is trying to help you. That's another thing I realized too. Everybody is trying to help you. If you're seeing this video, it's because probably you've watched other videos like this, or maybe you've had this thought on your mind. Everyone is trying to help you. You have to drop the ego. You have to surrender yourself and realize that you might feel alone, and you might be alone where you are at life. You might hate everything, but you're really not alone in the world. And that's why technology and social media is so great. And everyone is trying to help you. Like I said before, this is nothing new. Everything I said is stuff that I've come across or figured out. It's nothing new. Never give up. Like I said, that's probably been said for thousands of years. It's nothing new. Everyone is trying to help you. So just listen. When people say get off your ass and work, and you have to be consistent. 90% of what you do is research. All these things you hear and you're like, yeah, that's great. And then you just go back to doing whatever the hell you were doing. Well, then you're just a consumer at that point. Everyone is trying to help you. Even your parents. If your parents tell you that you are If your parents want you to go to college or want you to get a normal job and have a normal life like everybody else, they just want what's best for you because that's all they know. You can't be mad at these people. You can't even be mad at the haters. You really can't because they don't know any better. People don't know any better nowadays. You can't be mad at you can't be mad at the squirrel that runs across the street and you accidentally ran over because it ran across the street in front of you, in front of your car. You can't be mad at the squirrel. It didn't know any better. It's the same thing. I don't know why I just thought of that, but it's the same thing. You can't be mad at these people. You can't be mad at your parents. If your parents get mad at you because you don't have a job or you're trying really hard to work online, they don't know any better. They didn't grow up with this internet and this technology. It's only advanced like so far in the last 10 years. And like I said, we're raised by a generation of people who barely got introduced to the internet. So you can't be mad at people because they don't know any better. This is why nothing is real and nobody is real, especially on the internet. Nobody is real, and you can't be mad at them. And if you're mad at them, it's just more negative energy. So why be mad at them in the first place? They really don't know any better. So, concluding that, probably the most important things that I could say is never give up. That's the most important by far. Never give up. Second most important, stay consistent, which honestly goes and ties in with never giving up. But it's a little bit different because staying consistent means you're staying consistent. Like never giving up means one thing on a broad meaning, and staying consistent means another thing. It means, especially if you're doing something that you love, stay consistent. If you're trying to figure out what you want to do and what you love doing, then yeah, figure it out. Figure it out first. But as soon as you figure it out, stay consistent. Never give up. And just think, use your brain, because so many people are not thinking these days. So many people are not using their brains. And then also, don't be mad. Don't be negative. The only thing that separates us is our egos. And you know what your ego is? Your ego is how you think other people see you. That's what your ego is. That's all it is. Your ego is how you think other people see you. And the only thing that separates us is our egos. So you can't be mad. You can't be mad at anybody. You can't be nervous or anxious at anybody saying anything to you, any negative comments, or anybody trying to be stubborn, telling you what to do. You can't be mad at them because they don't know any better. They really don't. They really don't. Never give up.